Good day to you, ma'am. I am John Lawrence Teribusit along with my partner, John Vincent Palazon, and we are here to present our project entitled WildStar, short for Wild Study Area Reservation. So the main pain point that our application is trying to solve is that as a student, no, we feel it a lot jud nga. Kapila na jud na ako nabantayan nga, palangitan, ganahan ko magtuon. Pero bisan mapaas pa nga lugar, even if I go to the library, mo ito kong espasyo, mo ito kong learning patio, okay malingkuran, kaya naanay nakaunan ako. And some students, to their credit, actually do study man, no? Pero I could definitely say nga, in general, ang mga maglingkod dito kay wa man sila gatuon. They're not using the space for its intended use. And it feels very bad nga ikaw nga magtuon ka, wala kay lugar nga kalingkuran to do your kanang studies, no? That's why nga we made this application to address that problem.
So our solution to that problem is to build this information management system, a reservation system to be specific, para ang mga students, our hope is every students maka-register sila sa kanina system, and then they each have an equal chance to make a reservation sa mga study area sa usa ka university. It's not just CIT, but to any university. So kung na study area and then they want to book a reservation for that study area, they can choose to do so if wala pa ilaan nag-reserve sa kana. So like, it's giving everyone an equal opportunity for reserving a study area.
Our application has three main screens, being the register screen, the admin dashboard, the user dashboard, and the user reservation screen. I'll be assigned to demonstrating the registration as well as the admin dashboard. So without further ado, we'll begin by demonstrating the registration screen. So as is with every other registration functionality, no, we first start by inputting our user details. So for instance, si John, si Law, no? Ang iyang ID number kay 1177778888. And ang iyang department kay dapat true to life siya. If you were to input an invalid department kay naay mo pop up nga label sa ubos that shows nga invalid siya. So for instance, if he belongs to CCS and we input this generic email and you input the password 123 for brevity, you would see nga, nanaday nag-exist na siya. So, rather than that, kay kanilang gamiton .law@gmail.com. Alright. Tapos mo register ka. And to see if na-register ba siya, you input 11777888 and then password 123. Okay. As you can see here, ang ihang dashboard kay empty pa, kay wala pa man siya ka-reserve. O ang ihang reservation screen kay dire siya, this is the bread and butter of our program. This is where most of the crowd happens, no, when the reservation occurs. And now to demonstrate the admin screen, I'd be logging into an already pre-existing admin account. I'll be inputting the details. Tapos, as seen here, from the admin end, you can see all the reservations that have a status of active and or pending. Active would imply that the current reservation is ongoing, no? It means nga ang mga tao in real life are already there and the admin in real life can observe the happenings in reality, no? If it's marked as pending, it means nga wala pa naabot ang mga tao nga ga-reserve. And for example, if there is an active reservation participant na nagsipat-sipat or they are breaking the rules set in the kanang area nga they are assigned to, you can block the user, no? What that would imply is that dili sila naka-reserve pero they are still able to see their dashboard screen, no? It would just be nga dili sila maka-click og reservation up until the next week, since the block time would be 1 week man. And for instance, if a user or rather a participant has made an appeal in real life and explained their situation, nga maybe na misunderstand sa admin ang nahitabo, the admin can therefore unblock the user kay para they would be able to continue with they would be able no to reserve once again in for the study areas that are present. And that would be all from my end. Now it would be my partner Vincent who would be the one to demonstrate the user end.
Okay, so kita lang ko screen.
Makita ta.
Okay. So this is the flow for the user side of things. So let's say we already have an account. Let's type in 1122222333 and let's have the password of 123. Once you press login, we go back to this page. So this is the dashboard. As you can see, can I search the ongoing, and then we also have a reservation history. So the main job is this reservation history. You can see the past reservations the user has made, and they can also click each row so they can view more information. There's also pagination, so page 2, page 3, page 4, etc. For now, the ongoing reservation is blank. As you can see, no pending or active reservation. We can also test the search history. So pwede tayo search of Laylab Remogoas. Or let's type in, let's type in, let's type in library and then library Ray Mangawas. Walay, it's a, okay. So once you type in library and you enter, so library Ray kita. Once we go to reserve, so this is the main function of our application. The first thing they must do is to select the study area. So let's say Wildcats Play Lab, ang time is buta to alas Gs. So as you can see here, automatic na makuha ang application na 1 hour lang ang usa ka reservation according to our business rules. So once we type in 10, the timeout is automatically 11. Once we type in 3 or 2, and then ang timeout is already 3. You can also pick available sub areas. So station 2, 6, 8, and then they can also below, they can choose how many people are accompanying you. So we can also choose, like, let's say, learning passion, medium table, and then we can choose to have 5 people that are coming with us. And then we must also type in their ID number for verification. Once the ID number doesn't exist in the database, so the reservation doesn't continue. So dapat naka-login jud sila or naka-register sa system. So let's go back with the Wildcats Play Labs for demonstration. Let's pick station 1. And we must enter or state our purpose so that we can submit our reservation. Let's say na final suite or my final week. So submit reservation. Boom. Once you submit a reservation, you're immediately prompted back to the dashboard screen. And then now, instead of an empty ongoing reservation, you can now see an active or pending or active reservation. So once there's already a pending or active reservation, once if they try to reserve another one, they can't because unable to reserve, you already have an ongoing reservation. What that means is that you can only reserve once. So if you want to reserve again, you must finish your current reservation before reserving another one. So yeah, I think that's all for our software. You can also just log out here and then yeah. That's all for the user and the admin side. And yeah, that's all for that.
That's all, ma'am. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.